John.
Hey, what's going on? Very good.
Yeah, I got a job out in Texas that we're going to try to get the final grading done so we have driveways forward and sidewalks. And
I can get you.
we got to move quite a bit of dirt.
You need to look at the big one. Here you are.
At least that's the red flag.
been a Monday.
Like, well, we have
So I'll go. I guess it's in the bathroom. Oh yeah, it is Monday.
It's pretty dark out behind.
Todd and I are going to a planning conference on Wednesday. It'd be nice to get a lot.
Exactly. Just for the day or?
No, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nice, where is this one?
Wake up.
Well,
I know.
still,
I tried.
road
I
trip.
tried getting one.
It didn't rain hardly.
San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been.
Out there, that little.
Yeah,
It's all good because we got this one planned for the two of them.
Yeah,
Gotta take what you can get, right?
that's for sure. Ken? Smell the water everywhere.
Miss Hill's gonna be out for this one.
She was out last time.
Yeah. You have to give her pension or something. Currency.
Since you're gonna be chair
Yeah, would you mind?
Scary.
Give me some good practice.
too. It is good practice.
How are you doing tonight? Good. Fine. I think I got a hole in my lip.
Extra pen over there? Pen? I just give away the list.
I probably don't even need
There's
it.
usually one on that table right there.
I know. I don't know.
Leave it out. Alright, Ken, Mr. Golder, it's because P&Z.
Yeah,
One day you'll send it. Who's gonna be the chair, the co-chair, I guess?
I have no idea.
We haven't come up with that.
Did Pease get the chairman of PNC?
Yeah, oh, who's the new chairman? Yeah, it's Keith.
Pease?
Yeah. I think they did enough time.
Anyone? James. Robert White. Nice to meet you.
So who's co-chair?
You got me, so I'm not the last one. I don't know.
I'll find out.
Yeah, no. I forgot.
It ain't no biggie. You have to be on.
I think it's San. Klein. Don
Klein?
Yes.
That makes sense. He'd be a good one because he's there every meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Sandler's usually late, at least 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes every meeting. That Don Klein would be good. Yeah, it's kind of different. That's been over
wow,
there.
well,
For 8 years, come over here.
I know, right? You don't get the controversial ones.
Yes.
Might be kind of early.
Yeah, it's kind of early. There are sometimes I walked out of the PNZ meeting, thought I was going to be lynched.
Yeah.
Literally.
You were
Yeah,
off
that's
for
a
the
tough
last one, right? You weren't on it.
Yeah.
You picked the
Pick the right one.
right way.
The two we did, I think people we did 10:15 or something.
Oh
We
yeah.
left outside there, but I think the meeting ran till at least 9
Yeah.
or
There
something.
wasn't that many items on the agenda.
No, good thing.
Well,
We've had PNZ before where the entire place was full, standing room only, and the sheriff was here. Yeah.
I think I don't know how many people. There'll probably be a lot of people.
Next Monday's meeting.
Guess we're ready to go, Mr. Kohler, whenever you want to dig it.
Very good. It is now 7 p.m. on November 4th, 2019. This is a regular meeting of the Board of Adjustments. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The members members present today are Linda James, Ken Yetko, Joe Turner, Dee Blackwood, and Robert White. So we do have a quorum. That's good. Thanks everybody for coming. Our first agenda item has to do with the minutes of the October 7th Board of Adjustments regular meeting. Those minutes are included in the packet. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
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 Anyone have any corrections or edits that we should do on these minutes?
No, sir.
None. Okay. Would I have a motion from someone to approve these minutes?
I move that we approve the October 7th minutes.
Second.
Very good. So we have a motion by Mr. Dimko and a second by Ms. Blackwood. We'll take a vote. All in favor? The minutes are approved. Second agenda item has to do with a zoning issue that we'll describe in a minute. We are about to have a public hearing. Do we have someone here? Excellent. Thank you for coming. This is a public hearing to discuss, consider, and act upon a request by Dallas Watland.
That's correct.
Watland for variances from Section 3.05 zoning dimensional regulations of the Unified Development Ordinance, specifically Section 3.05.03 residential zoning district dimensional regulations chart to reduce the required lot size, width, front and side setbacks for a SF-3 single-family zone lot for proposed subdivision. We have this in our agenda item here, starting on page 6.
Alrighty.
We have the public hearing.
Allow me to
describe it?
introduce it. I'm sorry for calling you Mr. James, or Mr. Golder. I was just realized I was calling you the wrong. I'm thinking P and Z.
That's okay.
I was out and they nominated everybody. So, alrighty. So tonight we have it's the older part of town up here, just north of us on Michael Lane. These lots are traditionally very narrow, long, and this area is made up of 3 different tracts that haven't been platted. The owner owns all 3 of these here, as you can see, but they will require several variances in order to be platted so that they can be later subdivided and then eventually constructed upon. He intends to sell the one to the right, which is the one to the east, eventually to a new owner who will construct there, and then the one on the left that has an existing home, he needs a few variances in order to be able to plat. They are listed as, so one variance for lot 1, I'll go ahead and, he went ahead and did a grade sketch for us, is going to be a variance to the lot width. They're traditionally 170 feet is what's required for this part of town. Not many of these lots in the area even meet that, so he's lacking about 100 feet on both of these, lot 1 and 2. The second one for the lot 1 is a side setback of 15 feet that he would need to meet his 30 feet. Since there's already a home there, it's already spaced 15 feet, so it's just for the remaining that he would need to meet. The opposite side already has the adequate spacing. And then the variance of the front yard, he has 35 feet back from the property line, and it's 70 feet. So these are just to be able to plat an already existing lot, or the lot with the already existing structure. The second lot is for the same lot width variance, and then to the size. You need an acre at least, and he's just shy of that at 48,946 square feet. So that's just to get him to the acreage. So these are just to go ahead and get this done. Technically, also it's a flag lot, the first one, and that's where, you know, it kind of bows out into the way a flag would. There's no way to really avoid this. It's just the way it is. If we were to leave the back lot off, it wouldn't have frontage. So this is the best, in staff's opinion, the best way to go about doing this. Our applicant is here tonight, Mr. Dallas, and we sent out letters to all budding property owners you see here on the screen. We received one back from the one in the middle, 362, Mr. Mark Mandisha. He's in favor of granting the variance. We did not receive anything in opposition. That's all I have. We can open up the public hearing.
Yeah, could we open up the public hearing and invite Mr. Watland to speak? If you would, sir, give us your name and address.
Name is Dallas Watland, 360 Michael Lane, Sunnyvale.
Were you saying that the property owner on 362 is the one who commented?
Yes.
And they're good with this?
Yes, he sent back a letter, didn't have any explanation, just stating that he's in favor of granting the variance. Didn't hear anything back from any of the others.
Mr. Watland, you have any comments you'd like to make regarding this?
No, it's pretty straightforward. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Eric explained it very well. We need the variance for the existing home that we're living in, and the variance for the east lot that we'd like to sell.
Eric and Mr. Watland, which one do you want to address this? I'm in favor of all the variances that are proposed here, except for the variance on the 1 acre lot. Is there a reason why you couldn't move the property line over another 12 feet and get the 1 acre on that lot you're going to sell off? That part?
Referring specifically to the back part, I guess cutting more in to the middle of the lot to make it exactly 1 acre.
Yeah, according to my calculations, it takes about 12.35 feet, 12 1/3 feet basically, just to
Right.
make that a 1 acre lot.
Yeah, I don't.
Which would bring that into compliance.
Right. I mean, I guess if I had a preference, I guess I ideally we wouldn't, but I mean, if we needed to, that wouldn't be an issue. So.
Because it doesn't look like there's anything there that would prevent that from happening.
Right.
That would at least bring that one part of this into compliance with our statutes, and then not have to have a variance on that.
The only thing I would say from staff's perspective is it would be a very small flag lot, but it would nonetheless, be.
Well, they're already flag lots because they don't meet our street width allowance, so any of those lots over there.
And I guess maybe, I don't know, from an aesthetic standpoint, if they were to, build a fence, it wouldn't be a straight line back from the middle property. It would
It'd
be,
be confusing
Yeah.
to the future owners, whether they own that or what.
Well, this lot can never be subdivided again, so, it's too small to subdivide the third time.
right.
That's my only comment.
Anybody else have any comments or thoughts about this? Obviously, it makes sense that we need to make some adjustments here to make this conform
Right.
in a lot of different ways.
Well, if anybody drives over that neighborhood, all these lots are plotted, they were all originally 100 feet, pretty much.
Right.
For one of them. So you're in a situation where you can't do anything about that.
Exactly.
So I understand that's not it's easy to grant a variance for that.
Yeah, and if we owned the middle property, obviously we would get the proper frontage and not be requesting a variance, but we unfortunately don't own that middle property, so.
You have made attempts.
Yeah, we actually made attempts at, we even made an offer on the middle property, but they did not, we couldn't come to
Right.
terms on the purchase price.
Once again, I see nothing wrong with granting all these variances, except I would like to see that one come up to 1 acre. That's one less variance to grant.
Right,
But you wouldn't have a straight line in on that side of the property, right? You'd have to-
right. It would be, the fence for 362 would come back and then there would be an indentation.
Yeah, I'd be fine with keeping it a straight line for 600, so.
Right.
Mr. Watland, do you have a contemplated buyer on that second lot?
Actually, we do. We just secured it within the past 24 hours. Yeah. So, I mean, they are interested, and there's a contract pending. The, the pending item is obviously this variance, so.
Well, if there are no more questions, thank you, Mr. Wallen. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll close the public hearing on this, and any discussions?
I'm good with that.
I'm fine with it.
You-
I'm fine.
Okay. I'm fine with it too. I see Ken's point, but at this point, I don't see that that's a material or significant matter.
It's really insignificant. It's just, it's
I
very.
think it would create an issue with that he's requiring a jump it, a line over versus a straight line. If he's willing to, that type of, that small variance to it, I don't think we would.
Again, like I said, it's a small thing, but it's just, it's difficult to grant variances when there's no hardship involved. Which by law, we shouldn't grant a variance if it's just due to financial hardship, then that's not something we grant a variance for. And that's my only comment. And we're bound by law not to grant it.
What's the staff input on this?
Yeah, he does have a point. It has to be a hardship, a reason why you wouldn't be able to, that's not financially based, so I guess the only way I could see him backing is if you were to create just slightly, bring this over here, it'd be a very small flag lot, is the only way I could kind of, say that I think staff shouldn't make him have to move it. That and the confusion of having a fence, but I do understand Mr. Demko's point in the, to avoid having to give out another variance. Just to make things easiest on this, not confuse the future property owners and any, mortgage company that wants to argue about it.
Here again, though, even his lot on the left side has a jog in it from another property. You see that all the time. It's not anything unusual whatsoever. The one we just did on up on just off of Town East, not long ago, that property there was a flag lot, and we had to take and work around an existing property, a very similar thing, and none of the property lines are straight on in.
Would y'all like to recommend another way to do it?
Well, since he's already gotten someone to purchase it, I'm giving up, basically 2,613 square feet of property that's really just going to be grassland or whatever. You can't really build on it back there. Or at least you couldn't build another house. You could build an accessory building back there.
Right.
But giving up 12 feet back there, you would still keep that part of the lot 184 feet wide at the back part. So you can build pretty much anything you want with 184 feet, still maintain setback.
I think if I was in 362, they probably wish I would have
That's not their property.
Yeah.
for behind me though, to one fence.
You're talking about aesthetics?
Yeah, one consistent fence behind the lot at 362 instead of however many feet of the second one.
And I'm fine with aesthetics. I'm just saying what the law states and how we have to treat the law. It's not something that we can do over aesthetics. If we can't grant a variance over, something that's not, other than, just because it's a financial hardship, giving up, 2,613 square feet, or you got a fence that goes 12 foot over, is not something that we legally grant a variance for. But everybody can vote their own conscience here on that.
May I add something?
Yep, sure.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I mean,
You're fine.
I don't know, I may be shooting in the dark here, but would our future intent for agriculture use of that back property dictate any difference of opinion in that matter?
No,
Okay.
if you're gonna use it for agriculture, then you're not gonna build on it.
Right.
Building is my concern, you know, so that you maintain adequate setbacks on the sides.
Right.
And if we have that narrow, that 100-foot lot all the way back, somebody wants to come in and build a barn back there or something for agriculture, then we'll have to grant another variance. And so it just kind of, this thing just kind of rolls on, whereas with, you know, adding that extra 12 feet may or may not do the trick, but it should.
Right,
And as far as your property, the one on the left, like I say, that's 184 feet. There's not, we don't have anything that would prevent you from building back there.
right.
Tell me again, Ken, your thought there regarding the agriculture usage.
Well, if it's agriculture usage, it's basically all this it can be used for is pasture land or you know, something just to run around on or whatever. I mean, it can't be subdivided for another residential property.
Right.
Because there's no access to it. It's landlocked. So the only thing you could use it for is maybe another accessory building, which would require an SUP or CUP now. And
There's a chart that, based upon how big it is, you get so many accessory buildings.
Now, what about our potential, I guess, what if we wanted to build in the back part of the home or in the back part of the property in the
back
future?
part of the home, you said?
I'm sorry, in the back part of the property in the future, if we decided we wanted to
Build a larger house.
build a
back
larger
there?
house in the back.
You can have an accessory dwelling structure, but it has to be 2 acres minimum, which I think you make 2.38, so you could have an
Currently.
accessory dwelling structure. That has to maintain setbacks as well, and it's only allowed to be a certain height, and then plumbing. I think this is on septic too, so there would be, you know, I don't know, a few different variables there, but yeah, possibly.
Yeah, and we've even discussed demoing the current structure and, you know, building a new
larger home back there.
in the back,
Again,
correct?
with 184 feet, I don't know what the setbacks here, if they're 20 feet on this.
It's 30
It's
on each
30.
side.
So there's 60, you still got 126 foot width if you give up that other 12 feet. So that's still a good chunk of land to build a house on.
Right.
I mean, I hate to be a thorn in everybody's side. When I first looked at this, I thought, yeah, that's all good. But when I started going line item by line item, it's not a variance that I could grant. But I don't see any downside, even with what you're saying, as you tear down the house in the front and build on the back.
Right.
I don't see anything as far as setbacks are concerned that would come back to bite you, with just losing another 12 feet.
Right. I'm thinking. I can't think of anything else though.
So if anybody wants to, I guess, make a motion on that, or maybe propose an alternative variance to grant.
Would you be willing to move that back property line over, or would you need time to think about it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd definitely be willing to. Like I said, we prefer not to, but if we need to, then we will.
Well, I could very well be outvoted on this, but I would make a motion to grant the variances except for block number 2, item number 2. If somebody wants to second it.
I'll say.
All right, so we have a motion to grant the variances with the exception of the
Lot number 2,
lot
variance
number
number 2.
2, variance number 2, is that the one we're
Well,
talking about?
That's correct.
And we have a second. All in favor of that motion?
Who was first on that, or who was the second?
Ms. Black.
Okay, Ms. Blackwood, okay, sorry. All
We have a 4-1.
right, okay, 4-1.
So that motion as amended was passed.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be a thorn in your side.
So it's granted so long as we go 12 feet in the back, is that correct?
Yeah, so,
Get your line, Chris.
so
I don't need to
whenever,
apply it again.
yeah, no, so
Okay.
whenever they plat this for that lot, they gotta be held to that. But-
To an acre.
Mhm. Yes,
Okay.
yes. So that's the only variance that can't get whenever you go planning, but, for as far as the width, yeah.
Okay.
All the other variances were granted.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't say exactly how you want to carve it up. You know, he was giving an example of 12 feet. I mean, that's just one way. However you want to make the 43,560
Yeah.
an
Right.
acre, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you could go down just like you have the little notch on your corner.
Right.
You could do a little notch back there in the far corner
That's true.
to give yourself an acre.
Right. Okay.
So it doesn't have to come straight up,
Okay.
just so long as you get an acre.
Okay. Very good.
All right.
Is that it?
Good. That's it. What's
All right.
you can adjourn, Mr. James.
Thanks to the group. And we'll adjourn the Board of Adjustment meeting at 7:20.
Blanket with
Yeah, planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
come back by tomorrow.
Yeah, come back. I don't remember what the dates were, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
All right. Sounds good, brother.
okay.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, dudes. John.
Now, when we went through all the meetings and everything about variances, I mean, we held them
Yeah.
liable. You could just sue. We personally could
That's
sue.
true. That's
For
true.
granting a variance, it shouldn't be granted.
And last time, I don't remember, it was back when we had the laundromat guy that was getting the variances for the, I know you weren't there because you weren't on it, but way back last year, and he kind of asked for the variance as he was up there for something else, and it was hard to say no, but
Right,
it wouldn't have been a hardship.
right.
So I understand how, you want to keep
Well,
it to
the legalities of it is what bothered me. I mean, all the rest of them, I mean, those are slam dunks.
Yeah.
But
Don't forget your recorder,
All right, oh yeah, yeah. All righty, guys, thank you all for being
right? I didn't
here.
get a copy of this. I had to call and get the packet.